Hi, I'm Molly and welcome to Dirty Moms Yoga. Today's class is going to be a standing class. Today's class actually was created with the sun in mind and the earth. So I was outside creating this class and it had just rained. I needed something to do, and so I started playing around in my front yard, and with the rain I didn't want to get down on the ground, so we're standing today. I'm changing things up for you. I wanted to get in the mindset of somebody that maybe did not have or who does not have all the props at home. So I got to use a mat because I blended in with my carpet with my fancy pants. So mat is optional. You can do it on the ground. Like I said, I created this outside in my front lawn. This is going to be my strap today. It is optional through the class. It's going to have some focus on some shoulders and some hips. So this is going to act as my strap. This is actually the belt for my robe. And then my block today is going to be my son's puzzle block, or puzzle box. So I got something that added some height for me, brings the floor up, and then I can do different levels on. So we're going to see how this works today. I'm going to get in the mindset of some of you who don't have these props at home. Again, if you do need props or want them, check out your local yoga studios. They're really struggling, some of them, and they could use your help. So contact them, see if they've got blocks, mats, anything like that, and support local. Per usual, listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, back off a little bit, because we're not going down to the mat. If you do feel you need a rest, give yourself permission to. Come down, lay down in Shavasana on your back, come back to a standing position and just rest and breathe, okay? If you do like what you see today, make sure you hit the subscribe, hit the bell icon that just gives you notifications through YouTube, and give me a thumbs up if you like it. Comment below, let me know what you liked, what maybe you'd like to see more of, and just make sure that it helps me to know who's paying attention out there. So without further ado, let's get started, all right? So find a nice comfortable position on your mat, standing. Might want to come a little bit more towards the front of your mat. Feet are right underneath your hips, toes facing forward in a parallel position. Lift up in those shin bones. Feel the rootedness in your feet. Lift up all those toes and feel the points on your feet grounding down into the earth. Go ahead and relax those toes down nice and spread. Lift up those kneecaps, engaging the quads. Pubic bone has a subtle lift up. Tailbone is grounding down. Navel is in and up. Soften those ribs. Bring the hands to heart center. And allow your thumbs just to rest on your chest. Open the open the collarbones by squeezing the shoulder blades together. And go ahead and just close your eyes. Try to find as little effort in this standing pose and all of these standing poses that you can today. Soften in your knee joints, soften in your hips, and try to find those places that are ripping and let go. Feel the groundedness in your feet. That's your foundation, your base for everything that's going to happen today. Really feel them rooting down, growing roots into the earth. Allow that energy from the earth to come up through your body, up your legs, energizing all of those muscles, keeping that blood flowing up through your pelvis, up your spine, through your arms. Allow it to soften all the muscles in your face, that spot between your eyebrows, your jaw. Soften behind your eyes. Feel the energy out the crown of your head. Reach the crown softly up to the sun, up to the sky. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Check back in with all those moments in your body that you feel tension and just allow them to relax. Feel the bones, your structure in your body holding you up. Check back in with those knees. Make sure they're softened. The hips are soft. The ribs are soft. The hands pressing together are soft. The thumbs against your sternum is soft. We're going to try to go through class today with as minimal effort as possible, feeling the bones move and using the earth and the ground to really find our stabilization, and following that energy up through the crown of our head to reach up high to the sky to keep us long and lengthened. Take another deep breath in and slowly exhale. Come into the moment, the present moment. Whatever does not serve you, exhale and release it. One more deep breath in and exhale. Slowly blink your eyes open. Allow the sunlight to come in or the light in your room. Open up those hands, palms facing the front of your mat. Tadasana, mountain pose. This is a strong standing pose. You can come back to this pose at any moment throughout class today. Find as little effort as you can in this pose while still lifting in those shin bones, lifting those kneecaps to engage those quads, and following that navel in and up towards your spine. Find a nice subtle squeeze in those shoulder blades, opening up the collarbone. Gentle tuck in your chin to find the natural curvature of your neck. Feel the rootedness into the earth and the lift up out of your crown. Two-way energy. We're going to do a lot of movement based today just to open up and loosen those joints before we go into our poses. Follow along the best you can. Listen to your body. We're going to start with a gentle bounce in our knees. Relax those arms and feel the loosening in those joints. The hips are flexing and extending. The ankles are flexing and extending, and the knees are flexing and extending. Feeling the blood flow working in there. Shoulders are relaxed, arms just loose at your side. Come back to this moment at any point that you feel a little energetic lull in your poses. Find that softening in those joints. From here, roll those shoulders forward, back, and down, and bend into your knees. Again, forward, up, back, and down, bend into those knees. Feel the openness in the chest, the shoulders working. Find your breath. From here, reach those arms up, high up overhead, flip those palms, and reach behind you, bend your knees. So we're coming up more into those arms, into those shoulders. Feel the bounce in those knees, the gentle bounce, nothing forced. If this doesn't feel natural for you, don't do it. You can do this standing as well. You don't have to add that bounce. Listen to your body. Do what works best for you. Arms up overhead. Reach high in those fingertips. Check back in with those feet. Check back in with the shin bones and the knees. Soften those joints. Flip the palms out to the side walls and press them down to your side. Clasp your hands behind your back. And if you aren't able to, that's where my robe is going to come in handy. You can grab the robe and press those knuckles down to the ground, opening up the chest, tucking that chin back, feeling the warmth of the day on your heart, or the moon if you're doing this at nighttime. So you can either keep your robe, or you can clasp those hands and really press those palms together and punch the knuckles down towards the ground. Only go as far as you would like for this moment. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me, or this way. Hello. From here, curl into your spine, very similar to cat pose. Allow the arms to relax and roll on down towards your feet. Bend to knees. Allow your chest just to rest on your thighs. Check back in with that bounce if you need to. Straighten those knees only to a comfort, just so you feel a nice little stretch in the back of your legs. Allow the head to fall long. Hands are resting on the floor, or if you can't come down that far, here's my puzzle box. Whatever height you need to, use it. You have your options. Slowly bend into those knees and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Your head is last to come up. Come back into your mountain pose. We're going to reverse this time, find that bounce, and we're going to roll our shoulders forward this time. Up, back, and then forward. Feeling the shoulder joints really opening, the shoulder girdle warming up, opening up in those collarbones. Really warming up the ankles and the knees and the hips. Add your arms, reach back behind you, up overhead, and allow them to come in front of you. Keep going with that movement. Nice little windmills with those arms. Feel grounded into those feet. Check back in. Make sure that navel is pulled in. Couple more. One more. Reach up high. Flip those palms. Press them down to your side. Grasp your hands in front of you this time. Open up those palms to the front and curl into yourself. Really opening up the back of your spine in between those shoulder blades. Really concaving into yourself. Really open up those shoulders. Soften the sternum. Soften those collarbones. Really reach those hands in front of you. Allow your head and neck to relax. Exhale and slowly lower yourself back down to a forward fold. Bent knees nice and deep. Use that prop if you need to. Straighten those legs just a little bit to feel a nice stretch behind your legs. If you feel any pulling behind your knees, bend just slightly. Allow the head to fall heavy. Bend those knees and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last to come up. Arms come up overhead. Really reach those fingertips up high. Reach up high and long and bend over, side bend to the right. Allow the hips to come out a little bit towards the left. Keep those kneecaps lifted and the feet grounded down. Feel the length in the side body from the top arm, my left arm, all the way down to my left hip. Pull those shoulders away from your ears. If this is hard on your low back, come up just a little bit and recheck in with that pubic bone. Lift that up. Draw that navel in to protect that spine. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, other side. Reach on over side to the left. Really draw those shoulders away from your ears. Create space. Lean into that right hip a little bit and feel the length out of the right fingertips all the way down to the right side of your pelvis. Deep breath in and exhale. Draw that navel in. Inhale one more time and exhale. Inhale, hands come back up to center. Flip those palms and relax them down to your side. Find your bounce in your knees. We're going to do all that one more time. So feel the loosening in those joints. If you need to at any point, you can shake out those legs. Sometimes those feet might feel a little too heavy, too rooted. We want to still feel that two-way energy. So find your bounce. Roll those shoulders up, down, and back. Keep breathing. Keep moving. Add those arms up, reach up high, reach behind you. Keep bouncing if you would like. Couple more times, reach back. Arms come up, flip those palms and press them down to your side. Clasp your hands behind your back or use your robe or whatever it is that you have. Punch those knuckles down towards the ground, opening up the collarbones by squeezing the shoulder blades together. Lift up as far as you feel necessary. Tuck that chin slightly in to keep the natural curvature in your neck. Lift that pubic bone up. Keep that navel drawn in. Deep breath in. Exhale and see if you can open up a little bit further. Nice subtle back bend. Inhale, come up. and round into that back and forward fold over your toes. Find yourself in Uttanasana, forward fold. If you'd like, heel toe your feet to the width of your mat. Bend those knees and allow your head to come down. You can either stay here or just subtly bend back and forth into those legs. Allow your hands to kind of follow in this little figure 8 position, feeling the openness in the side body, the knees and hips and ankles still warming up, getting more blood flow into the inner and outer thighs. Good. Find yourself back into a neutral position. Bend those knees and slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Head is last. Heel toe those feet back into a parallel position. Find your balance, going forward with the shoulders now. Feel the blood flow moving. Feel the groundedness. Add those arms, reach up high and reach them in front of you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop down. Windmilling those arms, opening up those shoulders. One more time, reach up high. Flip those palms, press down to the side. Grasp those fingers in front. And I didn't do this before, but if you grasp where the left thumb's over the top, try to reverse that. Change your grip. Right thumb might be over the top. Open up those palms and really push forward, drawing the shoulder blades nice and open. Really reach the spine behind you while you reach the hands in front of you. Deep breath in and exhale. Reach a little bit further. Feel a nice stretch and opening in the back of the spine. Draw that navel in. Draw those shoulder blades away from your ears. Slowly lowering down to a forward fold, Uttanasana. Heel step those toes out to the width of your mat. Bend those knees if you would like. Otherwise, keep trying to straighten them to feel the length in the back of the legs. You can add in this little sway if you would like. It's our last one. So really open up that spine. Really feel those joints moving. Your upper body is secondary through all of this. This is just going along for the ride. Head is nice and heavy. Find yourself back in a neutral position. Bend those knees, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, and heel toe those feet back to a parallel position. Take the left leg, cross it over the right, so the pinky toes are touching. Nice, subtle bend in those knees. Reach your arms up high, reach up high, and you're going to bend over to the left side. Actually, I did the opposite side today. That's okay. Reach long with those fingertips, feeling the length out of the right side of the body, that side body opening. Rotate those pinkies towards that back wall. Really engage those hands and drop the shoulders away from your ears. One more deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, hands come up overhead. Switch those legs. If balance is an issue for you, you can still do this in a parallel position, or you can always go towards a wall, stand next to a wall and use that as a balance. Right leg crosses over the left. Those pinky toes are kissing. Arms come up overhead, reach up high, and exhale over towards the right. Feel the length out of both sides of your waist. You'll feel the lengthening out of the left side body. Really engage those fingers. Reach high and long up towards that ceiling. Exhale and feel the groundedness into the pelvis, into the feet. One more deep breath in and exhale. Inhale those arms up high. Replace that foot back into a parallel position. Hands come down to a heart center. Inhale the hands up overhead, upward salute, and exhale, forward fold. Bend those knees if you need to. Warming up the body. Head is heavy. Use those blocks in front of you if you need to. Or for me, my puzzle box. Whatever height that's going to bring the floor to you, please do so. Press into your shins. Come to a half up position, flat back. Open up the collarbones by squeezing the shoulder blades together. Feel the length at the top of your head to the base of your spine. Draw the navel in and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come back up, upward salute. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, upward salute, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Deep breath in. Exhale in deep and further into that pose. Press into those shins or into your props and find yourself in a flat back. Ardha Uttanasana. Open up those collarbones. Feel the length out of your spine. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. Reach those hands up high. Exhale the hands to heart center. Again, inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale right away, come half up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. Moving on. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit warm. Listen to your body. If your legs are not there yet, just back off a little bit. We're just working on movement today, feeling the bones really holding and standing us up. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come half up again. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back into a high crescent lunge. Draw the left hip bone back, right hip bone forward. You can stay here and feel a nice opening in that right hip flexor. Right in the front of the hip here, feeling the length in that quad. Really ground down into that front foot and walk yourself up. Really draw the pubic bone up. Reach those hands up overhead. If balance is an issue, take the left foot and bring it out towards the left side of your mat a little bit. Inhale, hands come up. Flip those palms. It's going to look familiar. Press it down to the side. We're going to start to the front. Cross those fingers. Really reach those palms towards the front of your mat. Draw the shoulder blades open and press the spine to the back wall. Try to keep the pelvis and your legs where they are. Really find the energy in the earth to ground you. Root those feet. Hands come up. Palms press out to the side. Reach behind you. Clasp those hands again and open up the chest. Only go as far as your body will allow you. Draw the shoulder blades away from your ear and feel the opening in the collarbones. Relax those arms. Bring them up overhead. Push into that front foot, coming up to a standing. Drop that back heel down. Open up your body towards the side mat. Your back toes are reaching up towards the front edge of your mat to the corner. Bend deeply into that front knee. Find yourself in a warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2. Keep the shoulders over your pelvis. Really ground down in the back knife edge of your foot. And bend deeply into the front knee, making sure it's not over your ankle. Arms come out to the side. Feel the length out of your spine. Deep breath in. And exhale, bend into that front knee. Working a little bit more into the shoulders. Stabilize the bottom while we move the top. Bring your right hand to meet your left hand. Draw it across your body and open up. Again, reach and really reach that right fingertips. Draw it across your body and open up. One more time. Reach with that hand. Open up those back shoulders. Open up. Find yourself back into a warrior two. Draw your lower rib cage in. Really lift and squeeze those inner thighs up. Deep breath in. Exhale one more time. Inhale, press into the front leg. Find that leg nice and straight. You might need to shorten your stance a little bit. Keep those feet where they are in the angle. Kick the right hip out. Reach with that left hand and find yourself in Trikonasana. Triangle pose. Now this you can use a block again. Only go as far as you can. Prop, it can be in front of you. It can be in back of you. Wherever you are in your practice, you do. So make sure you're not overextending in that front knee. Find a nice little bend. Open up the right hip towards the ceiling. Reach your hand up high. Feel the length out of the left side body. If you'd like, take this right hand and bring it up over your ear. If you want to work more into your shoulders, open up this hand, reach behind you, and see if you can grab that left thigh. Kind of got to wiggle around, but only go as far as your shoulder will let you. Do not find yourself in pain. If you find pain, back off a little. Draw those shoulders away from your ears. One more deep breath in and exhale. Come out of that bind if you were in it. Reach that hand up long over your ear. See if you can lift up out of the left side body. Nice little core work here. This is hard, so listen to yourself. Reach up high, inhale, and come on up. Exhale, find yourself back into warrior two. Right away, go ahead and straighten on up. Bring your prop in front of you. Toes are now facing parallel to the side of your mat. Find the length out of your spine. Tip at the pelvis and exhale, forward fold over. Use that prop if you need to, in whichever height that you need. Your hands wherever they are, try to find them in line with your feet. Make sure those toes are pointed towards the side edge of your mat. Inhale and exhale. Find yourself deeper into your pose. Inhale, come half up with a nice flat back. And exhale one more time and bend. Now in this pose, there's so many options and variations. You can bend into one leg or the other, stretching the sides of those calves. It feels really nice. Keeping those ankles nice and loose. Check back in with those knees. Just bend back and forth. You can do both at the same time, dropping the pelvis down and then reaching up and straightening those legs. Keep breathing. Find yourself back in a neutral position. Hands come to your waist, flat back up halfway. And inhale, come up all the way. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades away. Open up those toes now into an hip opening position. Allow the toes to come out towards the edge of those mats this time. And bend down into that right leg. Allow the left leg to fall long. Kick that heel out and only go down as far as you can. If this is as far as you can go, great. Do the best that you can. You can also have a chair behind you, or you can build something up underneath your pelvis. Otherwise, loosen into those hip flexors and find the length out of your spine, drawing those inner thighs together. Flex those left toes back. Feel the groundedness in the right foot. Inhale the spine nice and long. Open up those collarbones. Plant those hands, lift up your pelvis, and allow the left foot to come in to a nice little squat position, Malasana. It's one of my favorites. Drop the pelvis down. Elbows are coming into the inner thighs. Spine is long. Open up those collarbones, bring those shoulder blades together. Inhale, push into those feet. Come back up to a standing position. Nice starfish pose. Exhale, bring yourself back to the front of your mat, hands to heart center. We're going to go into a balance pose. Really ground down into the left foot. So foot is nice and parallel. Bounce. Feel the weightedness. Feel the grounding into the earth. First step, your left foot is nice and grounded. Right foot is a little kickstand on the ground. Hands are right at the heart center. This is level one. We're going to tree pose. I'm not even going to try. That's good till I say the Sanskrit name, and nope, not going to happen. Level one, if you want to try another level, go ahead and just bring your foot to your calf. Reach up long out of that head, out of the crown. Find a focal point, your drishti, your gaze. If you find a spot to focus on, it can help your balance. Next level, take your foot and bring it above your knee, never on your knee. Press it into your inner thigh. Your inner thigh is pressing into your foot, nice and even. Hands can either stay at the heart center or they can reach up high. Really find the groundedness down into that foot. Find your hands nice and long. You're the tree. It's tree pose. Building strength. Draw that navel in and up to help with that balance. Reach up one more time, deep breath in. Exhale, release that foot, find your bounce, and just shake that left leg out. We're going to do all that on the right side. And we'll see where timing is, and maybe we'll do it all one more time. We'll see how it goes. Find your bounce. Check back in with yourself. See what felt good on that side. See if it feels the same on this left side. Feet are parallel. Press down into the earth. Straighten those legs. Arms come up overhead. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale. Forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale. Come up halfway. Flat back. Feel the length. Exhale. Forward fold. Step the left foot back into a nice high crescent lunge. Draw the right hip bone back. Left hip bone forward. Really feel the right foot rooting down into the earth. Walk yourself up. Hands come up overhead. Inhale, exhale, and drop the pelvis down. Draw the shoulder blades away, or your shoulders away from your ears by squeezing your shoulder blades together. Check back in again, little effort. So if you're really gripping, see if you can come out just a little bit. Allow the bones to really hold you and stabilize you. Your bones are your structure. You're there. Your muscles are there to help. Ooh, I'm falling over. There we go. Back to center. Again, a balance. If you need to, take that right foot over towards the right side of your mat a little bit. Inhale, hands come up high. Exhale, drop them down to the side. Clasp the hands in the opposite direction. Press those palms forward and bring your spine to the back of your mat. This is a good time. You can kind of check down in your knee. Make sure it's not over your toes. Draw the shoulders away from your ear. Press those palms forward. Bring that right hip bone back, left hip bone forward. Inhale, arms come up. Press those palms out to the side. Clasp your hands behind your back, opposite side this time. And draw the knuckles down towards the floor. Open up the collarbones to the sky. This side's harder for me. It's my observation for myself. Really root down back into that front foot. Relax or release those palms. Hands come up. Straighten into that front leg. Drop the back heel down. Left toes this time are on the left edge of your top corner of your mat. Bend deeply into the front leg. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Hug those lower ribs in. Shoulders are over your pelvis. Hug the inner thighs in and up. Ground down to the back knife edge of your foot. Bend deeply into that front knee, making sure you're not going over your ankles. Hands come out to your side. Inhale and reach that left arm forward, palms touching, and exhale and open up. Draw that hand open and back. Feel the openness in the scapula. Again, open. Reach one more time. Reach super far. Try to go beyond those fingers. Keep that pelvis where it is. Draw the palm all the way open. Find yourself back into warrior two. Nice deep hold. Exhale. See if you can go a little bit further in that front knee. Inhale and exhale. Draw that navel in and up. Inhale that front leg straight. Shorten your stance if you need to and find your prop in front of you for triangle pose, Trikonasana. Kick that left hip bone out. Reach that right arm forward and drop yourself down. Check in with that right knee, making sure you're not hyperextending. Find a nice little tiny bend. You can press this palm, the back of the palm into your leg or even into your prop to really open up the chest towards the sky. Hands and fingers are reaching up long. Really rotate that left inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Engage the right quad by lifting up your kneecap. You can stay here or you can take the left hand and come up over your head. If you want to go more into shoulders, open up the hand, reach behind you and see if you can grab that right thigh. Open up the shoulder, only go as far as you can. Really listen to your shoulders. Deep breath in, exhale, and draw that navel in and up. Feel the length out of the right side body. Inhale that hand back up. If you'd like to go for a little core work, release that right bottom hand, Come up, hands up on the side of your head. Inhale the hands up overhead. Exhale, find yourself back into warrior two. Bounce right on out of it. Bring both of those toes to the side edge of your mat. I'm going to turn around here. Toes are pointing towards the side edge of your mat. Really find the length. Squeeze those shoulders together. Lift up long and flat back over those toes. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. This is a great one. Bring the floor up to you if you need to, but allow your head to relax. So even if you're at a high prop, allow the head to relax. Challenge yourself. Feel the length in the back of the legs. Go ahead and find that bend side to side again. Find yourself actually back into neutral. I'm going to change it up on you. Go ahead and bring those toes towards the corner edges of your mat. Drop your head back down. It's going to change the stretch. Might feel a little bit more in your inner thighs. Maybe a little different stretch into the pelvis. And now go ahead and bend side to side. Warming up those inner thighs. Feel the loosening in those joints. Come back up into a neutral position. Bring your hands to your waist. Inhale, come half up. And go ahead and come all the way up to standing. Your feet are already where they need to be. I should have done this on the first side. Bend into that left knee nice and deep. Drop that pelvis down. Right leg kicks up. Toes flexing back. Come down as far as you can. Watch that left knee. Make sure it's not going too far over those toes. Squeeze those inner thighs in and up together. Draw the navel in. Drop the pelvis down as far as you can. Press those hands into the floor, drawing the shoulder blades together, and feel the length out of your spine. Deep breath in. Exhale. Really root down into those left toes. Place your hands down onto your proper into your mat. Lift yourself up a little bit and draw that right leg into Malasana. Allow the pelvis to drop a little bit further now. Elbows are pressing firmly into those inner thighs. Inner thighs are pressing into those elbows, and you're finding a length out of your spine. One more deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, press into those feet. Come up to standing to a nice starfish pose. Exhale, find yourself back into the front of your mat. Ground down deeply into that right leg. Your first step, you're going to rotate that left thigh out and just kickstand it right next to your left foot. Going into tree pose. Lift up in that shin bone, lift up in that kneecap. Feel that foot rooting down into the ground. This is step one. If you want to try the next step, go ahead and bring the foot to your calf. Test your balance. Really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Root that foot down and reach long out of your head towards the sun. Find your gaze or your drishti to help balance. If you'd like to go further, take that leg, press it into your inner thigh, above your knee, never on your knee. Press the inner thigh to your foot to your inner thigh. There we go. I'm falling. Okay, there we go. Woo. So you are all learning. You learn by falling. Do you know that? It challenges those muscles, that proprioception. Really draw that navel in and up. Reach up high with those hands. Grow those branches. Reach up towards the sky. Root down into that foot. Tree pose. Ground down in that inner arch if you feel yourself falling out to the side. One more deep breath in. Reach up. And exhale. Go ahead and relax on down. Shake it out. Let's do it all one more time. It's going to be a little longer than I thought. Let's do it one more time. We're going to speed through it just a little bit, really feeling now you know where everything is moving. You have the option to stay static in your poses, or you can do the dynamic with the shoulders, just depending on what your body feels like you need today. So find yourself in a parallel position. We're going to go right on through. Hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come half up. Exhale, plant those hands, step that right foot back right into a high crescent lunge. Reach those hands long if you'd like this time, and come back up. Exhale, deepen into that pose. If you would like, bring those hands down to the side, or you can stay in your crescent. Hands push forward. Feel the opening between those shoulder blades. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, and clasp those hands behind you. Open up the heart to the sun. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, the hands come up. Find yourself in a nice warrior two position. Check back in with that back leg. Make sure those toes are up towards that corner. Bend deeply into the front knee. Shoulders are over your pelvis. You can either stay here really squeezing those inner thighs in and up, or you can come dynamic. Open more into those shoulders. I'm going to apologize. I keep hitting my mic on this, so we'll see how that goes in editing. Sorry, husband. Deep breath in. Exhale, really squeeze those inner thighs together. Inhale, come up, straighten that front leg. Shorten that stance if you like. Kick the right hip out. Find yourself in your triangle pose. Really reach long with those hands. Draw the right inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Bring the hand over your head if you'd like. Make sure that left knee is not hyperextended. Come into that half bind if you would like to open up the shoulders a little bit more. Inhale the hand back over your head. Find that core work. Drop that left hand up overhead. Reach long. Inhale, come back up. Find yourself back into warrior two. Come right on out of it. Bring those toes to the side edge of your mat. How you guys doing? I bet you're doing amazing. I know you are. Reach long out of your spine. Tip the hip back, your hips back, and forward fold. Head is heavy. Feel a nice stretch in the legs here. Bend into one knee and then the other, or both knees at the same time. If you liked the toes pointed out, go ahead and take that option. It's kind of a more free-flowing class today. I like this one. This is fun. Find yourself back into a neutral position. Hands come to your waist. Inhale, flat back all the way up to standing, and exhale. Bend deeply into that right leg. Even if this is as far as you can go, by all means do it. You can do this in front of a wall or even have a chair if you want to hold on to. But otherwise, if you are able to, drop that pelvis down. You can even bring your hands to the heart center this time. Really squeeze those inner thighs up. Flex those left toes back. If you want to try to go for a bind, this is something I've been working on. Take your right hand, reach it nice and long, wrap it around that right knee. Left hand comes up and reaches back to try to clasp those fingers together. It's okay if you can't do this. This is a little bit deeper, but I've been working on my shoulders, so I wanted to show an option for you. Open up, look up towards that ceiling, draw those shoulders open. Feel those collarbones opening and stretching in that chest. Deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead and release. Push yourself up a little bit. Bring that left leg in into a malasana. Garland pose. Press those elbows into your inner thighs. Inner thighs are pressing into your elbows. Take a deep breath in. Push into your feet. Come up to standing. Little starfish. Exhale. Come to the front of your mat. Challenge yourself this time. Root the left foot down. Kickstand is option one. Option two, bring that foot towards your calf. Draw the shoulder blades down, navel up. Next step, if you are there, press the inner thigh to the sole of your foot and the sole of your foot to your inner thigh. Hands can stay here at heart center or reach up high overhead. Tree pose. Reach those fingertips, really rotate those pinkies towards the back wall. Draw the shoulder blades away from your ears. Root down into that foot, growing long out of your head. Reach for the sun. Your gaze or your drishti, that focal point, is going to help with that balance. Really root down in that inner arch. One more inhale. Exhale, come on out. Shake it out. And we're going to go right away into the other side. Find yourself back into parallel position. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come half up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, step that left foot back. Draw the right hip bone back, left hip bone forward. Reach those hands long in front of you and come up to a high crescent lunge. Again, you can either stay in these poses in static, which just means you stay here, or if you want to add the dynamic, the continued movement, press those palms to the side, clasp the opposite direction, push the palms towards the front of your mat, and draw your spine towards the back. Inhale, the hands come up. Exhale, clasp those hands behind you, opposite side this time, and open up the collarbones to the sun. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release. Hands come up overhead. Open up to the side. Find yourself in a warrior two. Check back in. Left toes to the left edge of your mat in the corner. Right knee is nice and bent. Shoulders are over your pelvis. Look over the front arm. Either stay here and really hug in on those inner thighs, or dynamically move. Reach that left hand to the right and open it up like a bow. Again, open. Inhale, reach for those fingers, and exhale, open up. Find yourself deep in that warrior two. One more deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, push into that front leg. Tip that left hip back. Shorten your stance if you need to, and come on down to a Trikonasana or triangle pose. Reach up high out of those left fingers. Check in that right knee. Make sure it's not hyperextended. Lift the left inner thigh up towards the ground, up towards the ceiling. The right inner thigh is actually rooting down towards the mat. Bring the left arm up over your ear. You can either stay here, if you want to work more on your shoulders, open up, reach behind your back, and see if you can grab that thigh. Open up that chest towards the sky. Again, if anything feels uncomfortable, painful, bring out of your pose just a little bit. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Hand comes up overhead. This is optional. Right hand meets up towards the side of the head. Reach up. Inhale nice and long. Exhale. Find yourself into warrior two. Come right on out of it. Prasarita Padottanasana. Bring those toes towards the edge of your mat. I'm going to go ahead and turn around. Reach up high out of your spine, out of your waist. Exhale, tip those hips back and forward fold. If you would like, you can actually clasp your hands behind your back, reach those knuckles up towards the ceiling, and then allow them to drop down towards the floor. This is a little bit more opening in the shoulders. You can stay here and even bend into those knees. Find yourself back into a neutral position. Open up those toes towards the corners of your mat and bend back again. Feel the stretch. Feel the loosening in those joints. Find yourself back in a neutral position. Hands come to waist. Inhale, come up to standing. Exhale, bend into that left knee. Kick the right leg out. Only go as far as you can. Hands can come to a prayer position if you like, or onto the ground. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Really ground down in that left foot. Deep breath in and exhale. If you want to go for the bind, lift that right arm nice and high. Reach it and wrap it around that left knee. Ooh, my shoulder's cracking. Nice. Finding some space. Reach the right arm up. Reach it behind you. See if you can grab those fingers. This side, I'm not as well. I can kind of brush my fingertips together. We're working on it together. Really deep breath in, exhale, open up the chest towards the ceiling. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Or find the length in your spine if you're still in the neutral position. Neither is right, neither is wrong. You do you. One more inhale. Exhale, come on out. Place your hands on the ground. Lift up a little bit just to bring that right leg in. Find yourself in Malasana. Feel the length out of the spine. Elbows pressing firmly into the inner thighs. Inhale, press into those feet. Come up to standing into a starfish pose. Exhale, find yourself in the front of your mat. Ground the right foot down. First step on tree pose, little kickstand. Really lift up out of that right shin bone, the right kneecap. Draw the pubic bone up. Next step, bring it to your calf, your left foot to your calf. Really ground down, test your balance. Ground into that right foot. Root, grow roots. From here, left foot into the inner thigh, never on your knee. Press the foot into your thigh and your inner thigh into your foot. Open up those collarbones by squeezing the shoulder blades together. Grow your tree limbs if you'd like, up overhead. Deep breath in, exhale. Reach for the sun, ground down into Mother Earth. One more deep breath in and exhale. Go ahead and come on out, shake it out. How'd you do? That one's kind of hard, isn't it? It's a lot of standing. Really wakening up those legs. Go ahead and find yourself back into a nice parallel position. Just going to cool down a little bit. Drop the chin to your chest. Slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Feel those vertebrae opening. Bend those knees. Allow the head and arms to hang long. Come to where your chest is resting on those thighs. Inhale and straighten your knees. Find yourself in a nice, comfortable forward fold. Exhale, bend. Drop that pelvis down. Inhale and straighten. And exhale, drop that pelvis down. Keep that left knee bent. Straighten the right knee. Use those props if you need to on any height. Keep grounding down in those feet and have your head heavy. From here, plant that left hand down and open up the right arm to the ceiling for a nice gentle twist. If this is uncomfortable for you, just go ahead and continue staying in your forward fold. Inhale and exhale. Bring the arm back down. Bend into that right knee. Allow your chest to rest on those thighs. Inhale. Straighten those legs. And exhale. Bend deeply. Keep the right knee bent. Straighten the left leg. Option to stay here or plant the right hand down. Open up the left hand towards the ceiling. A nice gentle twist. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hand back down. Bend deeply into those knees and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Pressing into those feet, head is heavy. Your head should be the last thing to come up. Roll those shoulders up, down, and back. Bring your hands to a heart center. Find the gentle pulse, the bounce, very subtle, very little into the ankles and the knees. Shake out the pelvis if you need to. Close those eyes. Tuck that chin slightly. Find a stillness moment and just come back to where we were in the beginning. Wherever there is gripping, let go. Feel the rootedness into the feet, that grounding. That's your stabilization. That's your foundation, your base. Feel the energy from the earth come up through your body, through those legs, through the spine, out the crown of your head. Feel the crown reaching up towards that sky to keep you lifted. Then the higher you open up, you might notice that your shoulders naturally draw down your back, opening up those collarbones. Whenever you're feeling weighted down, I suggest coming back to this pose. Finding the grounding into those feet with as little effort as possible. Feel this. You can even go outside and barefoot. It's the best thing, grounding. It's the best way to ground yourself. Go outside. Go barefoot on your grass, on the cement, any place that you can find. And feel your feet growing roots into the earth. Feel the energy from the earth up your body, coming out your crown of your head, reaching for the sky. We can find a lot of energy, a lot of openness with Mother Earth if you allow it. One more deep breath in. Slow exhale. Drop your chin towards your fingers. Keep those shoulders open. The light in me honors the light in you. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining today. If you would like to leave any comments on what you thought about class today, it's a lot different than some of the others. Feel free to do so. It's how I learn what you like, what you don't like. And with that, I say namaste.